All right, before we get into the news, let's talk about, damn, Detroit is a great sports city. I tell you what, it was absolutely electric. I went and saw Detroit Pistons play the Golden State Warriors at Little Caesars Arena, and let me tell you, I've got some thoughts. Things started out, first and foremost, BetMGM. Shout out to BetMGM. They wined us. They dined us. They took us to the Michigan State game on Saturday night. They took us to the Detroit Lions playing the Miami Dolphins on Sunday afternoon. And then I got up in there, watched the Pistons game as a credentialed media member on Sunday night. It was action-packed. The only other people out there that did the same thing as me were Jalen and Jacoby, which was fucking awesome. And I tell you what, the Pistons playing the Golden State Warriors, coming off of an embarrassing loss to the Hornets. You're thinking to yourself, the Warriors should bounce back, right? The Warriors should get together and say, listen, we can't let these scrub teams on a road trip fucking beat us. Let's get our shit together. Let's lock in, and let's tell the Detroit Pistons what's up. And you know what? I even took the Golden State Warriors -9.5 to beat the Pistons on an alternate line. That's how confident I was that the Golden State Warriors were going to come in there and put the whooping on these boys. And you know what? No. This team early on, the Warriors came out on a roll. Steph put up 37. They put up as a team 37, in the first quarter. It felt like it was going to be a blowout. We know what it does. We know the script. We've seen it a zillion times. And then all of a sudden you look up and the Pistons are up 20. And you're like, that's odd. Outscoring them by 16 to take an 8-point lead at half. And here's what I saw at this point. It was a team that was, despite being young, they are very committed to their starters, right? You've got Bogdanovich. You've got, as they call him, Beef Stewie? Beef Stewie? Isaiah Stewart. They called him something crazy in Detroit. Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, and Jaden Ivey all played 31 minutes or more. 4 of them ended with 21 or more points. These fucking guys are balling. As the Warriors, we know, are the greatest third-quarter team probably in history. And that's what started to happen. The lead started to shrink. You look up, the Warriors are only down 7 or something. The crowd starts to lose their feeling of excitement. They're like, oh no, what's going to happen? E40's in there getting excited. You got Royce the 5'9", legend. They're playing Eminem. It was just starting to get tense in there. Jalen's on the sideline screaming, standing up. Come on, don't let the Warriors beat you. Poole had an insane third quarter. I think he had 18 points in the third quarter alone. Pistons did not flinch, folks. It was bucket after bucket. Tough lay by Jaden Ivey and one. Making things uncomfortable for the Warriors, bodying them up, making Draymond make the tough pass. All of a sudden, they're shooting 43% from 3 against one of the best perimeter defenses in the entire league, Golden State Warriors. The Pistons came to play, and they slayed the dragon. They slayed the dragon. Despite all of the third quarter antics, they still figured out a way to do it. And they didn't play afraid. And they were in games last year, and they lost a ton late. And I expect them to start winning some of those games this year. Another thing that was interesting, really quick as an aside, is that the Warriors played all their starters all the way until like a minute and 20 seconds left in the game, and they were down big. They thought that they could still come back no matter what. They were pushing the pace. Steph Curry's coming off ball, shooting threes. They're trying to figure it out. And I'm like, dude, give it up. You're down 16 with 90 seconds left to play. But they don't care. That's how fast they score. What's different this year? A veteran. Bogdanovich. And I wondered, why'd you guys get him? Why'd you trade for Bogdanovich? That don't make no sense. But I forget his name. What's his name? Henry? Hank? Royce? My Lyft driver today was like, every young team needs a veteran presence. And he's right. And that's what Bogdanovich is. And all he is a three-point shooting bucket. And you know what? The Detroit Pistons also believe in Bogdanovich because this weekend he signed a 2-year, $39 million extension. $20 million a year for Bogdanovich. Can you believe? Whew. He's averaging 23 points per game, Bogdanovich. How good has he been from three? My man is shooting 52% from three right now. He is a prop king. His three-point point prop right now has been automatic. Cade Cunningham, I've said some mean things about him and his bus face, but man, was he so good. It started out slow, but he had 23, 10, and 9. 1 assist short of a triple-double against the Warriors. Against a real defense. Cade was giving it to him, giving him buckets after buckets, getting rebound after rebound. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a Detroit Pistons fan now. I'm kind of like Detroit now. Also, met these amazing chefs in the elevator. Sous chef, executive chef in the media elevator. I'm like, what are you guys cooking up? And they're like, just the best food in Little Caesars Arena. And I'm like, really? What's up with it? And they're like, come by. And I did come by. And you know what? They got me a nice little flatbread. They got me a nice beet salad. And then when I asked for the bill, they laughed. They laughed at me. There was no bill. There was no check. They told me thank you for coming in and gracing them with my presence like I was somebody. So Detroit, thank you very much for being as hospitable. And the weather held up. It could not have been better.